Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, the Mullet Man, Travis Hinton. You're watching Five Star Takes, and I'm here to show you what Mullet Mania is all about. Be sure to tune in now on YouTube.
Shane, I don't know about you, but I think this shirtless Isaac thing's kind of be starting to become a gimmick of his.
I do it every now and then.
I mean, it has been increasing.
Well, I've been working out more, man. Shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
I was
He's
saying,
yoked.
I'm bigger than Adam Cole now, not just taller. I'm just bigger.
But you know what, though? I think it's getting to a point where we might have to start charging for this because otherwise we're giving free admission to the gun show.
It's true, man. It's true. Hey, you got to give something for free.
Got to give them a little bit of a taste.
That's right. Yep.
Well, speaking of things that we're going to give it a little bit of a taste of, we're going to give it a little bit of a taste of what I thought of Full Gear. I watched most of it. No, I know all the results.
Did you watch the Boom?
I did actually watch that. And
did you see Big AJ broke his foot during the match?
I know.
Apparently his foot was broke before the match.
Oh, I thought he did it during.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw somewhere on Twitter that apparently it was broke before the match.
Either way.
And then he just didn't say anything about it because he wanted to do it. So
either way, I mean, hats off to him for fucking. He's tougher than goddamn Sin Cara is.
Yeah, but you know what? And this is a little bit of a peek into our what goes on in our show chat here. He didn't save the universe. He didn't save every one of us like Flash Gordon did.
Oh, savior of the universe.
Gordon.
Or Flip Gordon. And on that note, let's start the let's start the show.
Flash.
I will say this about that match. That match was way better than it deserved to be.
Yeah, I mean, when you have expectations set so low,
it's kind of hard. Yeah, that's true. Though, you know what the craziest thing about this is, though? It's like I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but it's like the third most watched wrestling video on YouTube this year.
Yep.
And
yeah, I mean they are gigantic stars as far as virality goes. I mean they absolutely appeal to the masses.
They bring the boom, man.
I don't know if this did anything for AEW really. I can't imagine their like audience, like the Big Boom AJ and Rizzler section like stayed and bought the show. I mean, maybe some boyfriends and husbands did.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You know what else too was crazy? I guess I had heard on I was listening to Busted Open Radio. I guess they said the video was on Sports Center the next morning as well too.
Yeah, I mean it was, I mean they handled it right. That they put it on the pre-show where it belonged, and I think they proved a lot of people, wrong as far as it not being a total disaster and it not being an embarrassment. So,
well, apparently, WWE execs behind the scene were actually impressed, and I've heard a lot of speculation that unless Tony signs some sort of contract with them, they're going to show up on WWE in the next year.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, but and stuff. So, but I mean, I know we were talking about before the show, the opening video about there's because there's conflicting reports because I've heard some people say that his foot was broken going into the match, and then I've also heard reports saying that it happened during the match. One way or another, you know what? Shout out to Big Boom AJ. If I hopefully I got his name right.
The Costco guy.
Yeah, the Costco guy. Shout out though. I mean, mad props and praise for, I mean, someone who doesn't do this, on a regular basis.
Or hasn't for a while.
Yeah, because I think it said something, was it like 20 years or something?
He hasn't wrestled in forever,
but I mean, just to go out with a broken foot, regardless if it was before the match or during the match, and actually finish the match and put on something like what they did, and that, I mean, that takes a lot.
Yeah, I know that I wouldn't have been able to do that when I broke my shit, although my shit was bad. But
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think his shit was flopping, man.
Yeah, my shit wasn't quite flopping, but it was dislocated real good.
Oh, I thought that it was.
It wasn't working. We'll say that. I got a spiral fracture in my tibia, and I broke like right here, and right here in the ankle, and then like the ankle bone, which should be lined up here, was up here.
How did you do that?
I was walking. I slipped on some ice, and my foot kept going, and then it hit a patch of dirt, and my foot stopped, and the rest of my leg kept going.
Oh God!
And so when it dislocated, it broke my ankle in 3 spots, and the force of it just broke the tibia on the side.
You know, the crazy thing about things like that is it always seems like the most, like the serious of injuries always happen just like with fluky stuff. I mean, both times I tore the ACL in my right knee. First time I slipped off my my Amazon van, and I just literally dropped like maybe less than 2 feet, and I could hear a pop in my knee. And then the second time I did it was just slipping on a patch of ice.
Yeah, dude, ice, man, fuck that shit. I hate ice. I hate it.
Even vanilla ice.
That's a little different. I like the wrapping ices. I like the iced tea and the ice cube and the vanilla ice. I like those guys.
You do like the vanilla ice.
I do. I like to stop, collaborate, and listen from time to time.
Then go and do the ninja rap.
Oh my God! Go Turtles! Go Turtles! Go! Go Turtles! Go Turtles! You remember that shit?
Go ninja, go, dude! That was my childhood. You're talking about
because they did he had it like, what was it originally? It was like go white boy, go was
something like that. Yeah,
Then they did the fucking
go ninja, go
turtle one. Yeah, that movie was not nearly as good as the first one, unfortunately.
No, but I still enjoy the hell
out of it. Still better than the third one.
I'll give you that. Also, throw in that animated movie they did. I think it was back in 2007. I wasn't a huge fan of that one either.
Oh, the TMNT where that one wasn't too bad. Like, that one's watchable. It's just the graphics were kind of like, or the animation was kind of lame. But I did love the newest one, man.
Yes, that one. Yes, that is probably behind the original in terms of like all the Ninja Turtle movies they did. That one there is probably number 2.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was really fun. Yeah, I like that animated one more than I like the 2 Michael Bay ones. I'll say that for sure.
Those weren't too bad, but yeah, the more recent animated one definitely better than those 2. And then they got the show they did that, so it kind of takes place after that movie, on Paramount Plus. I've only watched the first couple episodes, but it's really good.
Nice.
So
I also, what else I really like? Words of Radiance. That might be my favorite of the Stormlight so far.
Yeah, that's the one where Pattern goes.
That one's one of my favorites. You have some incredible moments. Good book. All good books. Check out the Stormlight series, Brandon Sanderson, along with all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles media out there.
Yeah, and the extended Cosmere. It's only 48 books.
I think it's bigger and
Only
bigger.
48 books?
And they're all like 8 billion fucking pages.
Yeah. Yeah, like the shortest full-length novel in the Cosmere is like at bare minimum 450 pages, I think.
Do you have Rhythm of War kicking around right next to you? I know you do. Look how big this sumbitch is. That's a tome. That's a tome, man.
That's thick.
That's what she said. Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Oh my god.
It's a good one.
Oh man.
All right, come on, you know what I'm talking about, Hammercock. Boom.
All right, so we've got going back, trying to get ourselves back on track here. Full Gear, what I saw, I know again all the results and stuff, and a lot. There wasn't really anything utterly shocking or surprising that happened. I will say that I told you both that Kyle Fletcher was going to beat Ospreay.
Yeah, you nailed that one.
And that match definitely did not disappoint. And stuff, and I'll be anxious to see how AEW follows this up with Dynamite, which will be tomorrow night, based off when we're recording this, because we're actually recording this on Tuesday because we all have plans for Thanksgiving and none of us are going to be available. So we still wanted to put out content for our 6 or 7 people who consistently watch the show. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to those people.
We're going for 8, baby.
We're going eight. Yep, we're going for the Elite 8 and stuff, and we got to do that by putting out new content. And we are for those 8 people or whatever and stuff. Plus, it gives us an excuse to hang out and talk with each other because we like doing that too.
Yeah.
So I like to show off my nips from time to time.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's about all he shows, thankfully, and stuff. So,
wow, hey, man, speaking of things that Isaac likes to show off, DDJ, how about that
scoreboard?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm 2 under. Woo!
Yes.
Woo!
So after Full Gear, I went 10-1 to bring myself up to 54-20. Shane went 9-2 and got himself to 51-23. So he's 3 behind me. And Isaac, you were 6-5.
Yes, sir.
That brings him up to 36-38. So he the ever so vital climb to 500.
I'm like the goddamn Isaac. Tortoise, man. I'm like the tortoise, but I'm also like not good at this. So now not only am I slow, but I'm bad.
But see, the thing, you're basically like the tortoise in an alternate universe where he doesn't win the race.
Yes. So yeah.
Well, but you will keep pressing forward.
Yes, and we're gonna press forward here with some picks for Survivor Series. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break to let us hear some words from our friends over at Waukesha Sports Cards. And then when we come back, I got a Chris Van Vliet guest the wrestler for you guys. I think you guys will make it 2 weeks in a row with this one. I would be shocked if you did not get this one.
I saw one the other day, and there was one that really gave it away, but it was like a Ric Flair one. And it was just like, yeah, it was like the 92 Rumble or whatever was the one that really like gave it away. But I was like, damn, that's a lot of belts. Yeah, that is a lot of fucking belts that man has carried.
Yeah. So, all right, so we'll be right back with after a word from
Waukesha
Sports Cards. Hey there, it's DDJ from 5 Star Takes, and when I come up to Milwaukee to see the Brewers play, there's one place that I always make it a point to stop at. Waukesha Sports Cards. Come on, let's go inside and check out what they got. Thank you. Thank you. Be sure to stop by one of their 3 locations or go to www.waukeshasportscards.com. And I do want to give a special shout out to Chris and the crew over at Waukesha Sports Cards because I was at the Chicago Sports Spectacular this past weekend and got to meet some couple of Hall of Fame baseball players, along with a couple other guys who've done some good stuff in baseball. Plus, I got to meet Flash Gordon, which we kind of alluded to earlier and stuff. But I want to give a shout out for them being able to secure me a ball signed by one of my favorite players of all time, who was there on Saturday. And unfortunately couldn't be there due to being at a Friendsgiving event, but they hooked me up with a really sweet looking Cal Ripken Jr. signed baseball.
That's pretty cool.
And that's
pretty cool. And this is a controversial opinion, but Cal Ripken Jr. is one of the players who I think benefited from steroid use more than any other player in the history of baseball. And I will die on that hill. That is my take, because the one thing steroids will do for you is help you with your recovery time, and that man played every fucking game forever, and that is next to impossible without having slight help in your body.
You know that I that's your opinion, and you were entitled to it and stuff. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I mean, you know what? You're not wrong though with the recovery time. Like I said, I don't exactly understand what what steroids seem to actually do, because you hear all these different things and stuff. But you know what though, regardless of not to play that many games straight, which I think
incredible, and in that era too. That era, yes. It's like to keep up.
And it's one of those records that, along with Ricky's, singles, stolen bases, Nolan Ryan's all-time strikeouts, Cy Young with 500 plus win, because
no one will ever come close to 500.
No one's ever going to hit 3. You'll never see another 300 game winner, at least this day and age, the way the pitchers are used now and stuff. But yeah, no, it was really cool to get that and stuff. But so before we get into we start previewing Survivor Series, because again, I know we're under a little bit of a time crunch this episode and stuff, and that. But yeah, I got a little bit of Chris Van Vliet, Guess the Wrestler here, theme song and video coming very soon. So here we go.
Ooh. So we started out
with the World three-time World Tag Team Championships.
Oh God! And that was the tag team once they changed it to those god awful belts.
Yeah, and then
that was like 09 or something.
No, it was longer. It was earlier than that, I believe.
Oh, really? For those,
is that belts? 2 World Heavyweight Championships?
It looks like an Intercontinental.
Is that Intercontinental?
Yes.
2 Intercontinentals, a 6-man tag team champions match.
So it's a bunch of tags, 2 Intercontinentals, and then Ring of Honor.
Tags again.
And then you have an NWA championship. That if you and then you have
this is Cody. This is Cody Rhodes. I should have just gone all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you guys, we'll just get it out of the way. Hold on. I was gonna say that last one there.
I was looking.
That would, if you guys, there's no way you guys were gonna miss that one.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get to the bottom. Then I was like, "Oh, I don't need to look at the rest of them.
Yeah,
only one person has ever won this."
Pretty much and stuff. So. But
it's a good looking belt, though.
Yeah. Speaking of Cody Rhodes and his championship next defense, you guys see his next defense. He is going to be against Kevin Owens at Saturday night's main event.
Oh, that's cool.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised, because obviously I think they're trying to make the Saturday night's main event like a really huge thing.
And when is that?
I believe it is
Saturday night.
Hang on. That's deep.
Tuesdays.
That's deep, Isaac.
It's Tuesdays. It's the new taboo Tuesdays.
I'm trying to think here. Let me see if I can find out here. Hang on one second. Let's see. Saturday night's main event 2024. Saturday, December 14th. So it'll be 2 weeks from Saturday.
Yeah. But you know what is Saturday?
What is Saturday?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
We're going to
Woo!
war.
We're going to war, and maybe we can get William Regal to come out and
War
say
games.
War Games, but in his voice.
I'm kind of surprised he hasn't already done that.
Yeah, well, we're saving it for the moment, man. It's going to be good.
So as of right now, and this looks like based on the way that
5
Triple H
matches.
we booking these events, we got 5 matches, and we're pretty much set. So we're gonna start off with for the United States Championship, LA Knight, defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura's been kind of becoming a little bit of a problem for LA Knight these last couple of weeks.
I just don't see him taking the belt off Knight yet. I mean, if this was like the Vince thing, then it's sort of more up in the air what they'll do, because like belts change hands all the time. But I think that they're gonna keep it on Knight for a little while. Although I think Knight is better when he chases the belt, personally. But
I like that take.
I would rather see Nakamura win, like, personally, but I think unfortunately they've really kind of shit the bed on him and his presentation,
and which
to
is
a point.
Shame.
Yeah,
well,
to
I
a
mean,
point where I don't.
Back.
Yeah, but I mean, even up until now, we'll see. I mean, I'm still gonna go with Knight keeping it.
Shane, what about you?
I think this one is really tough, to be honest, because LA Knight's had the belt for a little bit. He's had a nice run, but I mean, at this point, I think that WWE might be in desperation mode to try and keep Nakamura, because I do think that Nakamura going to even AEW would be a pretty big difference, especially if they were to book him right. So I don't know. Something's telling me that they might want to throw up a Hail Mary and put the belt on Nakamura and say, hey, look, this is how we're going to do it from now on, and re-sign with us. So I'm going to go Nakamura.
I would love that.
All right. So we got one for LA Knight, one for Nakamura. Me, I see where both of you guys are coming from, but I kind of feel like if Nakamura had been on TV a little bit longer, I could buy at this stage of the game, him possibly walking away with the championship. But seeing as he's really only been reintroduced, I could see LA Knight winning. And I think it's going to be LA Knight. In fact, that's going to be my pick. I'm going to go with LA Knight. It's not going to be decisively. I think he's going to get it on a fluke, but it's not going to be the end of the story, because Nakamura is going to do something after the match, and it's going to set up a rematch, maybe for Saturday night's main event or whatever. Like, I feel like Nakamura will get the title off of LA Knight. I just don't see it happening at Survivor Series. So maybe if they book the rematch for Saturday night's main event, I could see that being the case. So
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
So for Survivor Series, for my official pick, I'm going LA Knight as well. Moving on, we have in a triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. By the way, shout out to the WWE Women's Division, just announced on Raw. They are going to have a Women's Intercontinental Championship.
It's pretty cool.
So both Raw and SmackDown women's rosters will have secondary titles.
Well, congratulations to that announce table for fucking not completely collapsing when Braun Breaker ran into it at 8,000 miles an hour.
Oh my god, that looked sick when I watched that.
Dude, that was gnarly, bro. That was that was not a good hit. He did not slow down at all.
No,
and that table a good 2 feet.
And it's crazy how just quickly he gets that speed up so high.
Yeah, man. He's fast.
Braun Breaker is going to be, I would say, let me see, we're at the end of November of 2024. I'm going to say this, and if we're still doing the show 2 years from now, one of us needs to mark this date down, November the 26th, 2024, again, when we're recording. Within 2 years, Braun Breaker will either have won the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship. He's gonna have a World Championship reign within the next 2 years, barring any serious injury that keeps him out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's believable.
And that's so. And so we got in this triple threat match, it's going to be Braun Breaker defending against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. And I would love to see Sheamus get that elusive Intercontinental Championship. And it seems like that's kind of been this story they've been doing with Sheamus for quite a while now. Just that the one title he has not won that he's trying to win before he finally hangs it up and calls it a career. And you heard it here first. Sheamus will be a WWE Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I think at this point it's inevitable.
Right. And
he deserves it.
He does. He absolutely,
especially after this late end of career renaissance.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll give him the appropriate booking. Like his Clash at the Castle match. Jesus, man.
Yeah. But
incredible stuff.
But I mean, I just think I would love to see, and I mean, I think Ludwig Kaiser is going to be would be wearing singles gold sooner rather than later. More like the Intercontinental or the U.S. title. But I just think right now you can't, especially since after he just got it back from Jey Uso a few weeks ago.
Yep.
You can't take the title off Braun right now and stuff. So for that, Braun's retaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough story to be told. With Sheamus versus Ludwig, for that to definitely distract them from winning, and ultimately Braun will take it. So we're all in agreement.
All right. So our last non-war games match before we get to the 2 war games. Oh, excuse me. My gosh. In a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship, we have Gunther defending against Damian Priest. And we don't have to go too far back. Just go back to SummerSlam, where Gunther was the one to unseat Damian Priest as World Heavyweight Champion with a little bit of help from Finn Balor. But obviously, the two they're having their long-awaited rematch and stuff. Isaac, what do you think about this?
It's been that's a tough one because Damian is hot as hell right now. People seem to love him. It's interesting with the story that they're running with Gunther, that he's not confident anymore or whatever. I just don't see what purpose it serves having Gunther lose right now. I don't think it helps him any, and I don't think a loss to Gunther hurts Damian, especially if you protect it a little bit. But I think we see another Gunther win. I don't know why you would take the belt off him right now.
Shane?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would agree, other than there's this ever looming, split between him and Ludwig. And I worry that they might want to do that at Survivor Series, especially if they're, serious about Ludwig, becoming a singles competitor and, whatever. I hope that's not the case. I think that Gunther should retain. And ultimately, I think I am going to go with Gunther retaining. But I could definitely see, that scenario playing out.
Yeah, with some sort of messed
Ludwig.
up interference, like where Ludwig goes to save him and ends up fucking him over in a classic. Oh no, I meant to clothesline that guy move.
Yes, exactly.
I got a little bit of a different take on all this. I think Gunther's going to win too, but I feel like all these things happening, I kind of almost feel like the way Damian Priest has been, taking it to Gunther and like with the promos and like, the attacks, like when Gunther tried attacking him backstage, Damian got the best of him. And then obviously on Raw and stuff, I feel like it's kind of that proverbial where Damian Priest is like, the kid poking like the sleeping, dog or whatever or the sleeping bear, whatever you want to call with like a stick trying to wake it up. And when it wakes up, it goes berserk and attacks the kid, and mauls him and stuff. And I kind of feel like that's what we're gonna get with this match. I feel like
It's gonna
Damien.
be like a toddler versus a pit bull.
I
Hey,
wasn't gonna.
that was the analogy you made, man. I was just
I wasn't
repeating
exactly going for a toddler
it.
versus pit bull, but I mean, you're not wrong there. But no, I feel like he's like, he's gonna awaken something in Gunther, and like during this match, Gunther's gonna have a moment when he realizes, you know what, I am the ring general, and he's just gonna like he's gonna find that inside within himself again, and then I think he's gonna take out Priest.
Yep.
So I think Gunther retains as well too. So all right, so now on to the War Games matches. There will be 2 of them, presumably, and I would expect this to open the show because we always seem to have one open and one closed, and usually it's the women that open. So I feel like this will be, excuse me, what opens the show. But we're gonna have a women's War Game match, and it's going to be Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, along with Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. Which, by the way, I love the fact that they're seemingly starting to finally use Candice LeRae on a regular basis. Going up against Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and if you haven't seen the SmackDown spoilers yet, please cover your ears. The 5th member replacing Jade Cargill, who is out dealing with an undisclosed injury. It's going to be Bayley. So for the women's War Games match, what do you guys think?
I think that the baby faces are so random and thrown together at this point that one of them is bound to end up costing the team. Maybe it's Bayley. I don't know. I mean, this to me just seems like a heels win, even though I think conventional wisdom is just give it to the babyface team and move on. But I don't know. I think the heels take this one home.
Okay, so you're going with Liv, Raquel, Nia, Tiffany, and Candice.
Yes.
What about you, Isaac?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because Rhea's just coming back after getting hit in the face with a pipe or whatever. And I'm just trying to think of, like, where they go from here with that, because I don't know. This story's sort of fizzling. Like, they're sort of, I don't know, the Survivor Series hasn't helped the momentum of that story at all. And so I'm just trying to think of what keeps it on track. And I would say a heel win would keep it on track best. So, yeah.
Here's my 5-star take. Ooh. I think that the heels win, but Tiffany Stratton still cashes in on Nia. I think that Tiffany's is going to feed Nia the last baby face as like a reconciliation. Hey, you pin this girl and, etc. And then as soon as the 1, 2, 3 happens and they win, I think Tiffany jumps on Nia, hits her with a finish, immediately pins her, and then runs with the title.
Oh,
I like that. I like that a lot. So for my pick, I feel like, yeah, the randomness of the baby, the women, the baby face team. I kind of almost feel like, and I kind of like Shane's take about Tiffany cashing in post match. I almost feel like I think the I'm gonna go with the baby faces on this one. I feel like they're gonna be kind of brought together to bring down a mutual threat. Obviously, I think there's gonna be some tension. I think most notably between Bayley and Bianca because of their past history and stuff. But I feel like they're gonna be able to put it aside for a common goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the aftermath, maybe we see a new WWE Women's Champion. But I'm going to go against the grain. What you two picked, I'm going with the baby faces. So, All right, last but definitely not least, we have the OG bloodline. So that's Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and they're being joined by CM Punk, and they're going up against the new bloodline, which is comprised of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga Loa, and Big Bronson Reed. From I back in when I kind of still wish this was originally, I think, more of a 4x4 where it was just the two bloodlines going at it and stuff. But I actually kind of like the inclusion of CM Punk because he is one of the OG Paul Heyman guys, and I'm anxious to see how Punk and Roman interact and stuff. But I just, for me, I've been thinking about this. I feel like there's still so much tension between everybody in the OG bloodline, and I feel like someone's going to do something and it's going to cost the team the match. I'm going with the new bloodline, Solo Sikoa's team. I think is going to take the win here.
Yeah, that seems to me to be the feeling of it. That even like Paul Heyman or Punk or who knows, maybe even Sami Zayn,
or even someone that was asked to be in this match and refused to team with Roman Reigns. Because there's rumors that he's going to be starting his program with CM Punk soon, and what better way to do that than to maybe take out Punk and possibly cost and screw Roman over in the process.
Yep.
So
yeah. I just don't see what like a win for the face team there gets them ultimately, or does anything for the new bloodline.
So I mean, I'm going to disagree with you guys, and I'm going to go with the OG bloodline, and I'll tell you why. Because I think that they're going to want to work towards Roman versus Solo at the Royal Rumble. I think the babyface win would, just be the immediate groundwork of, hey, you and I are going to fight one-on-one now. My team beat your team. Now I need to beat you one-on-one to prove, that I am the head of the table, etc. And I think ultimately that's how you end up getting to The Rock versus Roman at next WrestleMania. Because at that point, he's batted down Solo. The Rock can then step in and say, hey, you've actually only been battling, my underling. It's been me pulling the strings all along and etc. So
it was me the whole time, Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
It was me, Roman. It was me all along.
Oh, God. Yeah, I can see that.
It's very viable.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sticking with my answer. I like mine, but yeah, now I'm questioning it.
All right, well, we got through everything here. We're gonna close this out because again, it's the holidays where everybody wants to kind of get to where they're going. I know Isaac's gonna be doing some traveling, Shane's gonna be doing some traveling, I'm gonna be doing some traveling, but no episode of 5-Star Takes is complete without what, Isaac?
Oh, I know what it is. Hit that music. It's time for Pics or It Didn't Happen with Isaac. Hey, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Who the fuck did I pick this week?
Ricky, you just said this like 2 hours ago.
I know. Hey, man, you know how much fucking substance I've been fucking in my brain? I said Ricky Starks because the man was on the GCW show, and then he got pulled from Future.
Yeah, I say, and then was viciously pulled from the GCW shows.
Yes.
Yeah, so Ricky Starks?
Yes. That one doesn't surprise me. That one doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that was that Starcast about a little over a year ago. Real cool dude, very down to earth, humble and stuff, and another classic case of what the fuck AEW.
Yep. Well, hopefully they have big plans for him from if they're pulling him out of GCW shows.
Oh, I'm sure he went and did that when he's been sitting at home doing nothing for a couple months, but just when they had great plans for him,
that's probably the beginning of the plan. They're playing 4D chess.
Speaking of plans, boys, before we get out of here, what are you guys' Thanksgiving plans?
I'm going to spend time with my family, my 104-year-old grandfather, and have some drinks with him.
Shane,
gonna go hang out with my family at my grandparents.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing dinner with the my mother-in-law and wife and son, and possibly my brother-in-law and his wife on Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, and then that Thanksgiving morning, hopping in the car and driving down to go spend the day with my brother and his family, along with one of my nephew and his wife, and possibly my niece. And then Friday, before we head back home, I might be having a little bit of lunch with our very own Silver Wolf.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah. But guy,
three Thanksgivings for you. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 3 Thanksgivings for me, and I just want to say one last. Well, you know what? Let's roll the ending video, and we'll save. I'm going to say what I'm thankful for when we go before we stop recording. So, guys, thanks very much for watching. We love you all. Happy Thanksgiving. I just wanted to say that I'm thankful for the two of you, because without the two of you, I can't do this show.
Aw,
thankful for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for guns, and I'm thankful for Jesus.
Wow, and that's the perfect way to send the show off, I think.
Sorry, bro. Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shooting Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
This episode and all episodes of 5 Star Takes are now available on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@5StarTakes. Be sure to like and subscribe. Get all of your 5 Star Takes news and updates by going to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SHOOTINSHT. And as always, thanks for watching.